In this video, we're going to teach you how to use your ViewSonic panel with a built-in Chromebox. Basically, your panel has a separate computer that gives you a full Google Chrome experience. Now, we're already on our Chromebox, but it's basically just an input on the panel. So, as an example, if you ever accidentally hit this home or the house button on the front of the panel, it actually takes you to what we call the Android side. And basically, the reason I'm showing you this is because if you ever end up here, you need to know how to get back to your Chromebox. So if you ever see this screen, what you're going to want to do is come down here to the bottom left. You're going to see the 4 square icon. That's the Chromebox. Or you can go to the arrow and you'll see the Chromebox is right here again, the 4 squares. So we select that and you're going to see it switches from the Android back here. Now, if you've never used a Chromebook before, you can add yourself to the account. So all you do is you come down here and you say add person, and then we're going to set it up for work, and then we're going to type in our email and password to add ourselves as a user. Now, anytime you're typing or adding yourself, notice how the keyboard's really big. Over here on the far right, you'll see a little rectangle. If you click that rectangle, it'll give you a floating keyboard, and then you can move it with this directional arrow here. Now, after you've typed in your email password, you do have to agree to the terms. So we're going to touch the down arrow here, and we're going to choose accept and continue. And now we're logged into our Google account. Now, again, if you've not used a Chromebox before, basically you have what's called your shelf at the bottom with certain apps that are pinned. For example, you'll notice that Google Drive is there, Google Chrome is here. If you touch an app, it'll open it. Obviously, everything syncs, so all my bookmarks, everything is there instantly in Google Chrome. You also will have down here almost like a start menu where you can see all the apps that are installed. For example, you will have access to the Google Play Store where you can install other apps. Now, because this is a managed device, you may or may not be able to install certain apps, or your IT admin might have pushed out specific apps for you to use. So as an example, if I wanted to open a Google Slides presentation, I can come here, I can access my Google Drive, and I don't need to connect my laptop because I can do everything directly here on the panel. Now, the way it works is every time you tap, it's like clicking. So a single tap is like a left click. If I double tap, that's like a double click to open a particular file, and then it will open up that Google Slides presentation there. And then of course I can present it. Now, you'll have some buttons over here, the minus, the square, and the X. Obviously the X would close the window. The square is going to make it full screen. So if I want more space, you can also drag your window around. So again, it's all touch, so I can interact with it that way. But one of the real powerful things about your Chromebox is the ability to install what we call the myViewBoard whiteboard app. This is a whiteboarding app that's multi-touch that you can use inside your Chrome environment. Now, again, this is an app that's in the Play Store, so if you don't have access to it, it's probably because your IT admin has not pushed this app out or approved it for use on your Chrome devices, so you might need to request it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my Chromebox finish setting up here, and I'll show you the whiteboard app. Now, keep in mind the first time you log into your Chromebox, it takes a minute to sync because it's downloading different apps and syncing all of your files and your bookmarks. So if you don't see something immediately that you expect, just be a little patient. It should show up. For example, you can see here in my apps that I have the myViewBoard software now, but there are some additional apps that are still waiting to install. I'm going to go ahead and hide Google Chrome, and I'm going to open up the myViewBoard software. Now, anytime you're installing an Android type app like myViewBoard, it's going to tell you that it's designed for mobile. Well, we don't want to use the whiteboard app in this orientation because it's too small. We want to take advantage of the entire display. And so the way that you can fix this is that if you go up here where it says portrait, this is a drop-down menu, and we can choose this option that says resizable. And then it's going to say, are you sure you want to allow resizing? First off, check this box so it won't ask you again, and then we're going to say allow. By allowing the app to be resizable, we can use those buttons I was teaching you about earlier, like the square, to make the myViewBoard app full screen. Now we have a nice large canvas that we can write or annotate on. And again, remember, it is multi-touch. I'm not going to go too much into the whiteboard program because we have other videos on that, but be sure to check those out. Now, one of the things you'll notice when you're using myViewBoard is that shelf is gone, right? Before that had Chrome and Drive and everything on it. It's just hidden because we made myViewBoard full screen. So the way that we get back to it is if you just do a little swipe up on the bottom, see how I can swipe up and down and I can get my shelf to pop back up. This is nice because I can be using the whiteboard to take notes, and I can do a little swipe up and then I can switch over to Google Chrome. So I can switch back and forth between Chrome and whiteboard and other apps. But if you don't see the shelf, it's just a little swipe up. So, quick review. You have a Chromebox, it's a built-in computer on the panel. You can switch to it by going to that PC input, add yourself as a user, and once you're signed in, all your stuff syncs. Get the myViewBoard whiteboard software and be sure to watch our videos on how to use it. We think you're gonna love it.